Hello everybody, it's very bright color time, and as I promised in I think the last planner review, like the Dutch planner review that I did, the third one, I said something about, hey, maybe I'll just grab some things from the HEMA and review that because they've been really leaning into planner stuff lately. And that's exactly what I did, because I was at the HEMA a couple of days ago and I saw that they had a lot of their planner stuff on sale, and I thought this is the right moment to grab things because they have a bunch of fun stuff that I want to look at with you today. Before I forget, the HEMA, spelled H-E-M-A, is a very well-known store in the Netherlands. It sells very basic goods for a good price and a decent quality. And it's kind of like a Woolworths type of store, like I don't know what the equivalent is in your neighborhood, but it has home goods, it has stationery, it has just about anything, and it has, like I said, good quality and decent prices. It's just a staple, basically. And they tend to have all of their own products mostly on sale. They have their own line for pretty much anything you can think of that you would need around the house. And they always have this little red thing on here. This is like their trademark right there, the red cube with the white lettering in it. That's their trademark. And if you see that on something, you know where it's from. And you know that it's decent. Now, some people kind of chuckle when you've got something from the HEMA, like, ooh, wow, you got that there, wow. But it's like, you need to respect the store, though, honestly, because it's a good store and they make good stuff. So that's why I wanted to show these planners to you. These are all from the HEMA. So with that out of the way, let's get started with the review. I have a stack of about 5 things. And this is number 1, so this is 1 of 5, and there's a couple of different things that they have. There was another booklet there. I'm not entirely sure what that was. I think that was a gratitude journal, actually. I didn't want to include that because that was just the same page over and over again about what you were grateful for that day. I'm pretty sure you can imagine what that looked like. But it is nice that they have that. But I grabbed specifically things that are like planning related. And we're starting off with this meal planner. Now, this is something that you can put on the wall with a hook over here if you wanted to do that. Kind of like a calendar type of thing, but it also has this over here. You can unfold it, see, like that, so you can put it down somewhere, like on your kitchen counter or someplace where you're gonna walk past every day to look at, oh yeah, I need to cook this thing, and then just go and prepare for that. So it's always somewhere where you can see it. But as with a lot of HEMA things, it has very colorful stuff elements to it. At least the cover is very colorful, but you're not going to look at this the entire time. But it does attract the attention. So this is the meal planner. And let's just go take a look inside. Now, every day, as far as I'm aware, is the same. You have an entire week's worth of meal planning over here. Let me just check real quick if it is indeed the same throughout the entire thing, if there aren't any notes pages or anything like that back here, because then we'd have to look at that separately. But I feel like, yeah, this is the last page. No, it's the same throughout the entire thing. So what do we have here? We've got, first of all, Monday through Sunday. Like I said, you can put the week number, day numbers on there because the entire thing is undated. Then we have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and workouts over here. A couple of categories that you can put stuff in. You can write the recipe down here if it has a name, the time that it takes to make it, and how many servings that is. That's the same for these 3, for breakfast, lunch, dinner. For snacks and workout, you're just gonna have to like write a few things down, I suppose. There is a section over here. I guess you could also use it as a regular planner for like a family planner. Like this person has to go to soccer practice at this time. You can put that in there, and etc. etc. But you could also, for instance, write your grocery list in here if you needed to buy something. Like say your recipe was some type of chili over here. You have the beans, you just need the ground beef. You can put like buy ground beef or something in here if you wanted. It's just an empty blank space, so you can put anything in there that you like. And I think this is 52 sheets, if not more. I haven't counted them. Maybe I'll do that real quick. Okay, so I counted them real quick, and there's 52 pages. But what's interesting, I just noticed that the other side of the page is also exactly the same. So basically you get 2 years worth of meal planning in this one meal planner. So that's quite a lot of meal planning right there. I guess so you can like do week 1 over here and then flip it over, and then you have like week 2 on the other side here, and then you can just turn this around like that. That's an option. So 2 years worth of meal planning ought to be enough for the time being. There isn't much else to say about it other than it's on rings, of course, which is nice. The paper itself is, let's see, this is, it's not super thick. I guess this would be 100 grams. No, 90 maybe. 90 grams, I think. It's not super thick in any case. But yeah, this is like for meal planning, quite a lot of meal planning space. And I think if people are really, really into meal planning and they just love having it sitting right there where you can look at it, then this would be a very convenient option for you. So that is the meal planner. Not much else to say about it than that. So I'm going to move on to the next thing, which we've kind of already seen. And no, this is not the one that I've showed you before because it was still on sale, so I just got a new one so we could look at it without all my scribblings in it. This is the Life Planner. This is also undated, a whole year's worth, I believe, again with that spot pattern. If you don't like confetti, then this is probably not for you. Anyway, the Life Planner, you can do it. We've looked at this before, but we'll do it again just in case you missed that video where I showed my own Life Planner, which is the exact same one, but of course filled out. So it starts off with my personality. You can do a little personality test, although it's not really a test. You can just kind of indicate, for instance, how ambitious you find yourself, how artistic, how analytical you think you are, how helpful, reliable, blah, blah, blah. And you can add a few extras in case you feel like there's a couple missing from the list. Then you can draw yourself a picture, or you can put a photo in there if you want, or not at all. You can maybe also like draw something or put a picture in there, something that you associate with, like maybe your spirit animal, whatever it is that you like. Then we have a little checkup here, to check in, like I should say. It's the how am I now and how I want to be. And you have several different categories that you can give yourself a score, like a bar, I guess, bar charts over here. You've got your work and career, you got your finances, your health, friends and family, personal development, relaxation and fun, love and romance, and contribution to community. So you can indicate how you are now and how much time do you want to spend. That's down here. So how much time do you spend on these different categories? I guess you could see some discrepancies if you were to have like a lot of time spent on certain things and not getting much out of it. Maybe you need to work on that, and vice versa as well, of course. And this would be the dream, like how you want it to be and how much time you want to spend on each of these categories. This page says, how do you want to become number 1 in all these different categories? So the same categories that we saw earlier with the how you want to be, etc. And how do you intend to become number 1, or at least move up a spot in the ranking, or at least that you would think would be enough of a achievements to reward yourself in these categories. You can put that on these little labels. There are little dots on here, dotted lines. I don't know if you can see that. Should be visible. You can write on there a bit. It's quite a thick book, actually. I didn't show you that yet, and has this pinkish size of the paper, which is also kind of nice. Goes along with all the super colorful stuff. Small steps every day. That's right. So we start off with some notes paper here and some dreams that you have. So if you have some dreams, you could put them here. There's at least 7 of these. No, there's 9 little clouds you can fill out. And then a goal without a plan is just a wish. All right. And then we have from dream to plan. And then you have a couple of different dreams that you could turn into a plan. I think there's 3 of them that have these types of pages. So there's a whole bunch of steps that you can fill out in order to achieve this dream. So once you pick one of the dreams that you want to work on, you can put all the different steps in here and give them a number as well. There's a little dotted line behind the step, and you can then set them out over here and estimate how much time each step will take. Now this is of course not a super strict estimation. I wouldn't put too much time and effort into thinking about how exactly long each step's going to take, because then you might only end up failing, because that might put too much pressure on you. But you can at least give it an estimation here and then work on it later. And down here it says total time needed, total time available per week, and deadline. So you can go ahead and set yourself some goals there. I think there's 3 of these. That's right. This is number 2. And then number 3 in lovely yellow. These are the same. Then we have an overview of the goals, and it says here aspect of each goal, how much time is needed, the start date, and completed on. I'm guessing like the completion dates. Same for this page. You can keep track of how your goals are doing here. So page in between, some more notes. Then we're on to find a way or make one. This will be the first month, so you can put a little vision board here of what you want this month to look like, or perhaps what you want the result of the month to be. And then there's a couple of questions here. What would make this month better? What is your main goal this month? And what things take you out of your comfort zone but get you closer to achieving your goals? So in other words, focus on that. Then we have a very nice monthly overview where you can put some notes on the left, and over here I guess you can put like whatever steps you're going to take that day on that day of the month, undated as you can see. This is, by the way, a I think a 90-gram paper as well, kind of like that one. Then we have a week overview. So it goes from Monday to Sunday, and each day has its own column. So Saturday and Sunday have their own column, which is not super usual, but it is there. So we have it that numbered from 6 in the morning to midnight. So it's quite a large amount of time to label right there. Of course, the morning before 6 does not exist in this planner apparently. Okay, but that's okay. We can maybe work around that by changing some numbers if you really wanted to do something before 6, or you can just ignore the numbers entirely. On the left here we have a little column that says what is your main goal today, so you can put daily goals in these green sections over here. And then what will make this week better, what is your main goal this week, and don't forget to plan something special to reward yourself for your efforts. So if you've achieved your goals, then make sure to reward yourself, or even if you come close to achieving your goals, you can definitely reward yourself for that. What amazing things happened today, you can put that there at the end of the day. And then we're moving on to the next week, and then the next week, because that's also going to be the same. So that's the weeks, and then we should have a end of the week, or month rather here. Okay, here you go, month review. So how did we feel? Were we mostly sad or happy? Were we bored or excited? Stressed or calm? Unhealthy or healthy? Distracted or focused? Lazy or productive? Frustrated or content? What made you happy this month? What will you do differently next month? And what have you learned this month? And then at the bottom it says, don't worry if some things didn't go as well as you'd like, you're doing well. So they're always trying to motivate you here. And then we have a little note section. So this is kind of like the simpler version of the purpose planner that we saw in that review as well. I think I would prefer this because it's not as strict, or at least not as super involved at the start. Now every month is going to be the same, so we're going to go through that real quick. Also, it has a ribbon. Let me pull that up. Lovely bright pink, which definitely makes me very happy to look at. And let's see, these are more months. Not entirely sure how many months we've got here. Now, maybe it says at the start how many months we have. Is there like a little information page I skipped? I don't think there is. I would have mentioned it, I think, if there was one. No? Okay, then I'll have to quickly count some months for you. Yeah, 12 months in total, I believe. And then we have, of course, the final month review, some notes, paper. Then it says sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. Always good. Oh, places I want to travel to. So I'm guessing this is kind of like almost a bucket list type of thing. Wish list, have already been there, so you can color that in. It doesn't actually have lines for any of the actual countries. So you have to kind of remember exactly where certain places were, particularly in areas where they're always kind of packed together. Then we have my wish list and my bucket list. You can put that there. Then the growth is growth, no matter how small. It's definitely true. Books I want to read. Movies, TV series, and documentaries I want to watch. Then a list of birthdays in these lovely balloons. They always make a nice decoration out of things. That is true. And then we have some ideas in a dot grid. Can you see the dot grid? And now we should be able to see it. Ideas dot grid right there. We have some notes again. Plenty of note space and places to write. Oh, and a tips and tricks page. Is this the last page right there? Yes, it is. Okay, tips and tricks. in both Dutch and in English. So let's take a look at their tips and tricks here real quick. Productivity. Mornings are usually the most productive part of the day. Use this time for tasks you're not looking forward to, so they're out of the way and you can continue your day feeling good about having tackled that part of your to-do list. Are you easily distracted? Turn off your phone and or put it in a drawer or another room. If you don't need the internet, you can always turn off your Wi-Fi. Who doesn't need your internet though? But okay, fine. That's a tip. Organizing. Write down a top 3 prioritized to-do list. Every day is more manageable than long lists of to-dos. Long to-do lists already. Didn't quite read that, but it kind of got the message across. Group projects together or mark high priority tasks by using a highlighter or different color pen. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes at the same moment every day to go through your planner and to-do list. Let the planner guide you and help you get started. Time management. Set tight deadlines, but always allow yourself some extra time. Try to think ahead. What do you want to achieve today, tomorrow, or by the end of the week? Having trouble managing deadlines or don't know where to start? Set an alarm or use a timer and focus on one thing at a time. Lastly, motivation. Don't worry about having a perfect planner all the time. Allow yourself room for doodles, scribbling, unreadable handwriting, and crossed out notes. It's all part of the process. And finally, reward yourself. Mark a completed task with a fun sticker or colored check mark. This also gives you an overview of all the progress you've made. So there you go, some tips right at the end there. And then we're back to this lovely and kind of hypnotizing colorful pattern over here. So this is undated, so I can just continue with my goals in this one once I filled out the other one. And this one is going to the side. All right, life planner. Now, this wouldn't be a planner video if you didn't also look at the actual normal planner. Once again, lovely dots. This one had to do a little bit of work in because there's tabs in here, as you can see, to do week, month, and notes. Right there, you should be able to see it right there. Oops. And they were initially in the wrong order for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe that's why this one was on sale. But it starts off with quite a thick section of to-do lists. I gotta say, you get a lot of to-do here, so you can keep to-doing for a very long time. This is almost a planner's worth of to-do lists, and it's the same thing every page. So they really want you to get your to-dos somewhere. Almost a to-do list for every day of the year, although it's not 365 pages, I'm pretty sure, but close. Then we have the week tab, and initially this was the month tab. So the month and the week tab were somehow mixed up. I had to make little incisions in, not this one, but in the month and the notes tabs to kind of move them off of this ring because they were not removable without cutting those little things in the back there. But let's take a look at a week planner. So this is a very, very simple week planner. So if you really like to implement your own systems and you don't really need a lot of basics on the page already, then this would be perfect for you. Again, it's undated, and we have horizontal columns. Every day has its own set columns, but rows. So every day has its row. You can just put the week number up here and the date over here, and then the rest you fill out whichever way you like. And that's all of the weeks. They're all in green, and you get them on both sides here. So that's a lot of weeks for you to fill out. Then we have the months section in the back here. So I'm guessing they were initially planning on putting the month section before the week section because the month tab was before the week tab, but the week pages were before the month tab, or after the month tab, so to speak. But this is the month section, a very thick section again. Lots and lots of month space. So this is what it normally looks like. You have it's kind of like the life planner in that sense that you have this month and notes section, and then Monday through Saturday with each its own little sections here that you can write the dates on and then put like a couple words in. So that is the months section, all in one color as well. And then at the end you have notes, and once again quite a thick section of notes. So this is really for somebody who likes to write a lot and likes to keep a lot of notes, likes to have a lot of to-dos. And like I said, it doesn't have a lot pre-printed on there. It's very open plan, literally, and you can do whatever you like with it. I am a little confused why they put the months section behind the weeks section, but I'm guessing that's like a production error or something. I'm imagining that normally they wouldn't do that, and you would get the week section after the months like you see in most planners. Is it a big deal? Not really, once you get used to it, and you have tabs, of course, to tell you where everything is. I don't think it should be an issue. In any case, you get so much paper for that. You should probably just overlook that and just go with the flow, and if not, go check one of your to-do lists, because there's a lot of that as well. So if you really love to-do lists, this is your planner. Oh, and there's also a pocket here in the front, so definitely want to mention that. Not in the back though, but that's okay. You have your pocket right there, and you can always put inserts in it if you want. It's a ring system, so if you could put more inserts in there, I'm pretty sure there is more space for it. That is their planner. Once again, simple, to the point, and you get a lot of undated pages, which can be very handy. Now, something that I thought was kind of funny, and I haven't even unwrapped it yet. I haven't seen anybody make these yet, but these are day planner pages, and it's just a day on a page from 6 in the morning to 9 in the evening. I'm going to open it up. There we go. So we're going to slide this thing off. Can I slide it off, or do I have to open it on the side somewhere? I guess we do, because it won't come off easily. All right, there we go. So this is the entire thing, and it's just like a little notepad that you can just remove once the day is over. There is nothing on the other side, but you get a whole bunch. I think this is definitely a year's worth of undated day pages. So if you just have a day that just needs extra attention for whatever, like you're maybe preparing to go on a trip or something, and you want to itemize everything on a specific day, but you don't have enough space in your own planner, grab one of these pages. It's undated, so you can just take one and then ignore this pad for another couple months, and then go, oh, I have another day that I have to do something specific. Let me grab another one of these pages. So I thought that was kind of fun. And that's literally all there is to it. There is, let's see how thick this paper is. Well, it's probably like 70-ish or something. It's not super thick or super thin. It's just like a simple note that you can write on with your day set out. So I thought that was fun to show as well. It's like a very minute or very specific type of planner. I hadn't seen these yet. Maybe they do exist somewhere. I'm pretty sure they do, but I haven't seen them there. So I wanted to bring them up during our HEMA planner video. And the last thing that I want to show you today is this one. A budget planner. I want to check if it has a ribbon, because so far the big ones tend to have ribbons, but I don't see any ribbons here. No, no ribbons. Okay, so this one has a slightly more muted color palette, still very colorful though. We have the spots on both sides. Let's take a look on the inside. There's a bit of a hardcover as well. Let's see what we got here. All right, you can do it. Let's be honest, spending money can be either lots of fun or a bare necessity. In any case, it's a good idea to keep on track where your hard-earned money goes and whether you have any left in case of emergency. Money is fun and necessary to live the life you've been dreaming of. To make sure the money doesn't go out faster than it comes in, this budget planner helps you to gain insights in your spending and savings. It takes a few minutes per day, but it'll be worth it in the long run, promise. Are you ready to get in control? Because you've earned it. Apparently. All right, let's take a look. We have a whole page here about how to use this planner, and I'm guessing this is the only page where they say that, so we'll go through it real quick. At the start of a new month, step 1, income. Fill in your expected income for the coming month. Step 2, fixed cost. Fill in your expected fixed cost for the coming month. These are the costs that recur every month, such as your rent, newspaper subscription, or your insurances. Step 3, month plan. Subtract your expected fixed costs from your expected income to find out what budget you have left to spend for the coming month, the difference, so to speak. And then spending plan. Divide your spending into different categories of spendings: groceries, clothing, presents, etc. Savings plan. Set out a different saving goal for accompanying targets. Fill in the name of your savings goal, such as holiday, and the total amount you need to save to achieve your goal, such as €100 or 1,000 in this case. Blah, blah, blah. During the month. Step 6, actual expenses. During the month, you will have expenses other than your fixed costs. Fill in all your available expenses during the month. Link each expense to one of the spending categories you identified in step 4, such as groceries, etc. At the end of the month, the spending plan for each category and budget, calculate what you actually spent in the total amount info or into actual amount spent, subtract the actual amount spent from your budgeted amount and fill into this difference. Quite a lot. And then we have the financial overview, of course, to see how you did. Savings plan, how did that work out? And for reflection, see how you did ultimately. Reflect on your financial month, it says. So you can also fill these out during any time of the year, because this is once again undated. So fill out the month here. Then you got your income over here, the date, description, the amount, and then of course the total down here. You got your fixed costs that you can write down every month to figure out what it is that you have to spend money on with the date, description, the total, and down here. Is there a page in between here? No, there isn't. Know where your money is going. Good idea. So month plan, total income, total fixed costs difference. So this would be where your budget goes and how much money you plan to spend on other expenses and how much do you plan to spend on your savings goals. You can put that here. Then the spending plan, the budget description. Okay, these are things that you intend to spend money on, like the groceries, the clothes, whatever is presents. And this is your budget line. And then you can put at the end of the month how much you've actually spent and what the difference is there. You can do that for 9 different categories. So you can definitely itemize here very much. Total spending plan, how much you intend to spend, how much you actually spent, and what the difference is there. Savings plan, same thing. Savings goals, you have 10 savings goals that you can put stuff towards, and then how much you actually put towards it and how much you still have to go. Then the actual expenses that you actually made. There's a lot of actual here. So the same type of thing, but now it's for actual expenses, like what you did, how much you spent on, how much you spent total, on what day. This continues over here. And then we have the financial overview. So this will be at the end of the month. And I'm guessing, let's see, money for spending plan, money for saving plan, reflection. That's right. This is how you reflect and how you did on this month. And then we start on the next month. So this is not like a daily, like a planner thing. This is really a tracker. So there's not like with the other one, I have the happy planner one basically for the investment stuff or the budgeting thing. That one has like a month section and a week section, but this one just has a list where you can just track everything that you spent over here without actually giving you a Monday, Tuesday, Friday, whatever. You just spend it when you spend it, and you put all the amounts in here, and that's all you need to do, which can also be kind of nice because that also saves you some time. Now let's see how many months we've got. Okay, it looks to be exactly 12. And at the end, that's just it. We're at the back of the book. So this is exactly 12 months. It's not a super thick book, but you know, it is very focused on what it's for, and that's all you're gonna get. So that's also nice for focusing. Like there isn't too much other stuff going on, and you can just keep a track of all your budget spending and all the savings tracking in here without getting distracted with other things. So that is the budget planner, and that brings us to the end of our HEMA planner review. Now there are a couple other things. Like I said, there is of course that gratitude journal that you've got. There's a couple of smaller notebooks that you can get that aren't super like themed or anything. They always have a lot of empty notebooks from different types. I also had like a traveler's notebook type thing where you have just the cover with the rubber bands and all these other things. So if you have a HEMA nearby, it's definitely worth checking out their stationery section and their office section, because there's always something interesting there. I actually need to avoid it because I always see something that makes me go, oh, I really would like those highlighters, or oh, I'd like that brush pen, or I'd like that, I don't know, bunch of sticky notes, or the whiteboard. I actually got a whiteboard planner that I thought would fit on the fridge, but it's too big, so now it just hangs on the door. But I can use that for things that just kind of come up and reminders and stuff like that. So it's a bad section for me to hang out. I always end up spending some money there. In any case, I hope you enjoyed that HEMA review. They do have a website, HEMA.nl. I don't know if they ship internationally. I do believe there are HEMAs in different countries, so you might have one in your country. I'm not entirely sure. You're going to have to figure out that for yourself because I don't know where you are. It is spelled HEMA, HEMA. So if you go looking for HEMA near me, then maybe You'll find something there. And if not, if you ever drop by the Netherlands, make sure to check them out because they're pretty much every town has at least a few HEMAs. So you might want to go check them out when you're here. So that is the video. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, I hope to see you in another video, and bye bye for now.